The monk, simple like a baby. In fact, baby is the translation of khoka in Bengali, which means sometimes child or little boy or a baby. You can translate in any way. Khoka is a little kid, small person. Sister Nivedita wrote a beautiful letter to Holy Mother from US. She had come on a Christmas day in a church, and she writes, when everybody is praying to Mother Mary on this day and thinking of Jesus and Mary here in the church, my mind goes only to you. I remember your face, your bangles, your simple nature, your eyes full of compassion. And at the end she writes, yours ever affectionate, Cookie. And in brackets she writes, baby. So from that I thought baby is one of the translations, it's meaning a small kid. And the reason that I chose the talk today is tomorrow, the 8th of November, 7th of November is the birthday of Swami Kripamayananda according to Tithi. Though he was born on 8th of November in 1867. How simple he was, just like a child. And throughout life he maintained that simplicity. He was very easily approachable. Brahmacharis in the mud could just ask him any favor. He was very helpful. Not only brahmacharis, even sometimes brother disciples of Swami Vivekananda had to ask favor of Swami Kripamayananda because of a simple nature. He was not afraid of anything. I'll tell some incidents of how simple he was. In the Bible it is said that to realize God, one has to be converted to childlike nature. Give away all these complexities of life and lot of reasoning and that. Be simple like a child, think in a straightforward way, and then it's the way to God. God's way is very straight and simple. Be simple. Sometimes they say, it is simple to be happy, but very difficult to be simple, very hard to be simple. So simplicity is one of the quality, spiritual quality of a person which needs to be inculcated. And here are the persons who are so simple in nature. Reading their life and talking about them and hearing about their life is so soothing to ourselves. Subodhananda Ghosh was his name. Swami Subodhananda's pre-monastic name. He was born in a Ghosh family. And their family was very devoted to Mother Kali. In fact, their family owned a temple of Mother Kali in Thantania, the place named Thantania in Calcutta. And that Thantania is the place where Sri Ramakrishna used to visit when he lived near that area before he was appointed in Rajpuri temple, in Dakshineswar temple. When he came to live with his brother to study the worship and other Sanskrit things, so he was staying near Thantania. So he used to visit that Kali temple of Thantania, Siddheswari Kali temple. And he prayed to that Kali temple for Kesav's welfare also. He said, I promise to give offer mother coconut and sugar. Sugar mixed with coconut so that the Kesav gets well. Very rarely Sri Ramakrishna prayed for somebody's welfare in that way. Kesav was very special friend of him. He was by very nature, he was very calm and simple and sweet, but he was very outspoken. He used to say whatever he felt. He often disagreed what Sri Ramakrishna said, disobeyed him. Once what happened when he was growing and studying, and people at that time was very, marriage was to be taken, the wedding was done in a very young age, tender age. He had not yet passed his high school and his parents thought of giving him in marriage. So, but he didn't want to marry. He had some inclination that he will become a monk or renounce. Something was there from his boyhood. And then he said to them, no, I don't want to get married. If you forcibly do it, I'll renounce, give everything and go away like Buddha. So they were a little afraid, and they planned after he passes high school, then we will make them and give them in wedding, make them and give them in marriage. So he was scared that he started praying to God for getting failed in the examination. Lord, make me fail. May I not pass this examination. Perhaps this is the first time, or the last time anybody could have prayed to fail in the examination to God. And God listened to his prayer, and he really didn't pass the examination. Somehow his father, though big worshippers of Mother Kali, he, as all intellectuals of the time, had come in touch with Brahmo Samaj and its movement. His father was also drawn to Keshav's Brahmo Samaj, and through Keshav, he read about Sri Ramakrishna and his teachings. And he gave those things to Subodh. And Subodh read, and he wanted to visit this set. So his father said, I'll take you one day. Subodh was very anxious to meet him. He goes with his friend Kirod to Dakshineshwar temple, walking on foot from Calcutta, very far away, in a summer season. It was May, month of May. And it was very hot. He came there and he was standing. He said to his friend Kirod that we are going to Paramhamsa. I don't know what the Paramhamsa people are. I'm very scared to visit them. You first go and introduce. I was standing outside. So Kirod goes inside Sri Ramakrishna's room in Dakshineshwar, tired, all day, walking for so many hours. They come. And another boy is standing outside. So Sri Ramakrishna asked from where you have come and all that to Kirod. He said, I come from Calcutta. Oh, so long you walked. And wait there, the gentleman is standing outside. Come inside, he calls him. And when Subodh enters the room, he says, aren't you from the family of Shankar Ghosh? Shankar Ghosh's son? He said, yes, but how do you know? He said, I have gone to your house. I have visited your temple so many times, but I have visited your house before you were born. Then how do you know? Because who are to come here, Mother shows me. I know who belongs to this place. All is planned by Mother. That Sri Ramakrishna always had. Whenever someone was to come, he had the premonition, he had the vision by Mother's grace that this person will be coming. And he asked Subodh and asked him to sit down, sit on his bed. Subodh was coming to see a Paramahamsa, and he said, no, I can't sit there, I'm dirty, my legs are dirty and I can't sit. See, come sit here. There is no dirt or cleanliness in the person of their own. You belong to me. Come and sit here. Like that he asked him to come to bed. Later he sat down, and then after that he offered something and he started talking. And then Subodh said, Sri Ramakrishna, when he asked, how do you know about me? He said, I have read about you. I have read your teachings. They are so marvelous, so interesting, your teachings. You are a great man. What do you say? This name and fame? Sri Ramakrishna says, that's nothing. I am an insignificant being than an insect and worm. I am very insignificant. Don't say I'm great. I am nothing. Like that, he taught the lesson of humility by his own teaching and own action to him. Next time he said, come on Saturday or Tuesday. Subodh said, I can't come those days. I have to go to school, and if my parents know, they will be not happy with me. Please ask some other day. Sri Ramakrishna says, you see, when something comes from this mouth, it has to be done. It cannot go back. So I cannot say anything else. And exactly happened next time Subodh came on Saturday. Sri Ramakrishna always used to ask devotees to come on Tuesday and Saturday. The primary reason was that is a very auspicious day for Mother Kali's day, or Hanuman's day, or very auspicious Mangalvar and Shanivar are supposed to be a very powerful day for spiritual practice, for good things. Another reason must be that day was less crowded. Sundays were very crowded when people used to come and he had to talk with many people. So when these intimate disciples were coming, he had to guide them, he had to shape their lives. So he asked them to come on the day when there was less crowd, and who can be better than this auspicious day of Saturday and Sunday, Saturday and Tuesday. So next Saturday he comes, and Sri Ramakrishna asked him, do you meditate? Yes, I try to meditate something. Then he says, come here, and he asked him to come to go to the Shiva temple, asked on the steps there, and then he touches his body from navel to throat and says, Mother, rise up, Mother, wake up, Mother Kundalini, wake up. And Subodh, the boy, 18 years old, It was in 1885 that he was coming. And 17, 18 years old boy, his body trembles and he goes to deep meditation. And after that, he finds that Sri Ramakrishna is putting his hand in the reverse order and said, "Done now. You had wonderful meditation. You practice as I practice a little, but you will gain true knowledge. You will realize God." That assurance Sri Ramakrishna gives. Next time when he comes, he asks, it was 1885. Sri Ramakrishna already had cancer, his throat pain was there. So he said, "I am not very well. You please visit Yam's, Mahendranath Gupta's house. He lives near a house. You visit them and you can converse with them." Subodhananda, Khoka said, outspoken as he was, "Why should I go to a householder to listen to the talks of renunciation and realization of God and all that?" Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why do you say so? He belongs to this place. He has heard of so many things from here. When he will talk only what he has heard from me. So don't worry, go to him." Then when Yam came, he said that when Subodh Chandra Ghosh had come, please call him to a house and talk with him. Sri Ramakrishna always wanted his disciples to mix with each other, to have a greater relation. If it is only with Sri Ramakrishna, through Sri Ramakrishna's body will go one day, and they all will be scattered. Sri Ramakrishna was making Sangha from that time itself. All his disciples should be together in a bond of love. So Yam wrote to him that you come to my place, or if you don't come, I go. And Subodh said, don't come. If you come here, it will be all trouble. My parents will not like someone coming. I have an inclination for renunciation, and if you come, they will not like. I will. So he goes to Yam, and to Yam what he said? He said, "Oh, Sri Ramakrishna asked me to come to you." And I told him, "Why should I go to a householder, to a family person to learn about spirituality?" Then Yam was very happy. And he said, then Sri Ramakrishna said, "He will talk only of me." That outspoken he was. That why should I go to you? You are a householder, and what you will speak about religion and renunciation. And this thing he spoke to him himself. He was very pleased, and he said, "Yes, I have nothing of my own. Whatever I have, whatever I speak, it is Sri Ramakrishna." It was in 1885. And as long as Yam lived his life, he always spoke of what Sri Ramakrishna said to him. Yam used to say, "I have nothing of my own. I went to the ocean, brought some water in some jars from the ocean, and whenever people come, I give that water. Nothing of my own." In fact, he was so self-effaced, so less of ego. When he wrote this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, it's all Sri Ramakrishna revealed. Author is nowhere to be found. No interpretation. He didn't want to interfere in anything or say anything that Sri Ramakrishna, that was his own. Whatever he understood or not understood, he just put there in the words of Sri Ramakrishna. And even he wanted to hide his own name. He didn't write Mahendranath Gupta like that. He just writes a simple Yam. Something had to be written. And inside also, he never writes his Mahendra. Sometimes he says Munilal, sometimes he says Master, sometimes he says Yam. Like that he says. It's very hidden. All Gospel is all Sri Ramakrishna. Then, when Yam, our Khoka Maharaj, or Subodh, heard that Sri Ramakrishna had sore throat, having pain in throat, he said, "Why don't you drink tea?" Tea? That time tea was not as popular in household as it is today. Tea is everyday matter in every household, tea or coffee. Coffee in the West, tea in Eastern India, coffee in Southern India. So, he said, "Why don't you drink tea? Tea will benefit for this throat." They didn't know still cancer is there. So he said, "Yes, tea is very good for throat pain and all those. You have throat pain? Whenever we have throat pain and little problem in the throat, we always drink tea. I'll bring a nice tea next time from my home and he will drink." Swami Sri Ramakrishna says to Rakhal, "You see, he's giving me tea for my throat." He says, don't take tea will be very hot and painful. That's why he didn't have to take tea. He was very fond of tea, Swami Subodhananda. After Subodhananda becomes a monk and becomes a grown-up man, and Swami Vivekananda comes from the West, and one night Swami Vivekananda had deep meditation for till late at night. And when he wakes up from meditation, he calls Subodhananda, who was sleeping in the room just adjacent to him, in the Belur Math, where Swami Vivekananda's room is there, just beside that room where Swami Brahmananda and Swami Subodhananda used to stay in the room. So he calls Subodh, can you make me a hookah, that pipe to smoke? Subodhananda gets up and he prepares the smoke and brings immediately. Swamiji was so happy to have that. He said, Subodh, Khoka, I am very happy with your service. Ask anything of me. I am ready to give you good. Subodh knew, Khoka Maharaj knew Swami Vivekananda can give anything. From highest spirituality, anything he wanted. But Khoka Maharaj said, what shall I ask of you? Sri Ramakrishna has given me everything. Swami Vivekananda said, you can ask anything, whatever you like. If you want to give something, please bless me that I may not miss a cup of tea every day. That was the blessing. His prayer for Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda. And later on, when he told this story to Brahmachari asked, Maharaj, did you ever miss? Was Swami Vivekananda's blessing was fruitful? He said, yes. That time he was not popular, not like today. So he said that sometime he used to roam pilgrimage and go to a very hard life. Sometimes he used to sleep on the ground. That type of life he used to lead, very austere life. Just after Sri Ramakrishna passing away. Where you get tea? There were no tea stalls and there was no money with him. But he says, after, of course this was after that austere life, it is after 1897 Swami Vivekananda returns from the West after that. But he said after Swami Vivekananda blessed him, he never missed a cup of tea. Sometimes from morning till night there was no tea. At night, just before going to sleep, somehow the cup of tea came to him, someone gave. Swamiji, you didn't have tea, would you like to have tea like that? So he never missed a cup of tea that Swami Vivekananda has given the boon. When Swami Vivekananda came to Belur Math from the West, he wanted to train his brother disciples and other brahmacharis in public speaking. Only Swami Vivekananda's religion was Swadhyaya Pravachana Bhyamna Pramaditavyam. You have to earn spirituality, realize God yourself, and preach that spirituality to the people. Not only yourself, give to others. That was he learned from Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna had the highest realization, always blissful. Never Sri Ramakrishna was seen unhappy or morose or little like that, suffering or sorrowful. He was always in bliss and happiness. That person, why he had to work so hard? He goes to the top of the house and says, where are you? I want to talk to you. Whenever people come, whatever time they come, he goes on speaking, gives them joy, takes away their pain. To anyone coming, any time coming. Girish Ghosh comes at midnight, drunk he comes. Sri Ramakrishna brings him, dances with him, talks with him. Anyone coming. Sore throat, pain. Doctor said, don't talk with anyone, you can talk with only me, he used to say, Dr. Sarkar. So then also he comes, anyone coming, he gives instruction, talks, pain. The first comes from here, big sore throat, cancers, pain. So, but he was doing work for the good of humanity. That Swami Vivekananda also heard. The monks and brahmacharis or the devotees of the Ramakrishna mission are not for only eating the mango and enjoying the fruit. They have to share the beautiful, sweet, tasty mango to all other people. That is the ideal of Ramakrishna mission, or Ramakrishna devotees and monks. So Swami Vivekananda wanted that monks and brahmacharis will have a training in public speaking. So he made a rule, all our monks will give a talk. And giving lecture is not an easy thing. I also know when I came here, talking was felt to be so difficult. Oh, how will I give talk? And it's 45 minutes. Now also I see the watch when but that time also. And first, before I came here, they asked me when I was being sent here, they asked me in Belur Math to give a talk. Big celebration, and they said you give a talk. I prepared something, but when I went there, and you don't have notes in India, it's generally they just give extempore. When I started speaking, I thought material was sufficient. Material finished before the time was over. Then what to say? Nothing was coming. First time I was speaking in a big gathering. So speaking is a very difficult thing. Some say it is very, very difficult and stressful thing, public speaking. But in front of devotees, it's not difficult just to speak. But That was Swami Subodhananda came, he denied that, no, I want to speak. Swami Vivekananda, no, everyone had to practice that. And today is your turn. Turn came, Swami Subodhananda, trembling feet, he went, came on the stage, and unwillingly he came on the stage, and everything started shaking. Everything started shaking, and talking was abandoned. It was earthquake started that very moment that Subodhananda came. It was 12 June 1897, big earthquake in Calcutta, eastern India. So later on Swami Vivekananda used to make a fun. Subodh was a great speaker. He gave such a big and great speech that everything shook by his speech, like that he did his speech. Swami Subodhananda often avoided women. Sri Ramakrishna had blessed him. I take away all your lust from your mind. So he removed everything, but still he was very scared and avoided women. Another Swami in the Ramakrishna order was Swami Vijnananda. He was also very respectful, but never came in and tried to avoid women as much as possible. So Subodhananda was such, and Swami Vivekananda was a good trainer. So he said, why don't you approach women? She says, no, I just want to, I don't feel like going, I don't feel comfortable. He said, don't say that. Women are, even Sri Ramakrishna also said, women are the veritable forms of Divine Mother. Look on them as mother with respect and bow down to them. And Swami Vivekananda also said that. And to train him, he said that from tomorrow your duty is to take care of the Western devotees that are staying in Belur Math. Some devotees came and they were staying in Belur Math, and your duty is to look after them. He said, how can I look after them? Subodh Kokamara said, neither I know English, nor I can understand their English, so how can I take care? Don't worry, go to them. Whenever they say thank you, just you say, I don't care. Swami Vivekananda. And it happened really. And they did something, he brought something to them and said, thank you, Swami. And he said, I don't care. And they were puzzled. These devotees were puzzled. What is he saying? What is Swami saying? Then later on they realized there must be Swami Vivekananda behind it, saying that thank you, the answer to that is I don't care. So that was his thing, and Swami Subodhananda later on became trustee of Ramakrishna Mission Belur Math and was appointed treasurer. He was very free with the brahmacharis. Whenever brahmacharis were in trouble, they used to come to him. I tell one incident. One day, a brahmachari committed a great mistake and was asked to leave outside the monastery and to get his food by begging. The brahmachari failed to get anything by begging except a quantity of fried chickpea and returned to the gate of the monastery in the evening. But he didn't dare to enter the compound. Khoka Maharaj came to know of his plight, interceded on his behalf, and the young member was excused. The novices at the monastery had different kinds of work allotted to them. Often they did not know how to do it. Khoka Maharaj, on such occasions, would come forward to help and guide them. He used to inspire them for life of renunciation. When someone came to join the order and was a little worried for his parents, who will look after he is gone. So he used to tell the story of how Sridhara Swami, one saint who has composed his explanation, exposition on Bhagavatam is very popular. Sridhara Swami's Bhagavatam. He has written commentary also on Gita, Sridhara Swami's Gita, which is translated into English by Swami Vireshwarananda. So that Sridhara Swami had an inclination for renunciation. But he was married. And in the course, a baby was born to him. Now he had a strong pull to dedicate his life for realization of God. Now who will take up with the baby? That thought was very strong. He was in tussle whether to go away or remain in the house. The whole was there for renunciation. So thinking this, he was just sitting in the room. He found suddenly an egg of a house lizard dropped in the room. From egg has a very tiny lizard. And now he thought, oh my God, this tiny lizard came in this world. His mother sitting somewhere on the wall, high up in the ceiling. Who will take care? It's sure to die. And when he was thinking thus, for this small creature, a small fly came running and sat in front of this lizard. Then lizard took out his tongue and ate that food. So he said, oh my God, God has so much of planning for everyone. This small helpless creature also has food delivered to him by God. He cannot walk, but there is arrangement for everything. That gave him faith in God's providence, and he renounced the world and became a big Sridhara Swami who did so much of these things writing. So this he used to say to the Brahmachari, don't worry, God is the one who takes care of every one of us. You are the taking care of a person. And when you want to devote your life for the sake of God, God has greater responsibility to look after your parents. They will be surely looked after, as Sri Ramakrishna had assured Swami Vivekananda, don't worry, your family will never suffer from coarse cloth and simple food. Like that he used to say. Regarding training brahmacharis, he insisted brahmacharis also to take tea. To drink tea, that's very good. And he used to say, each drop of tea will give you make a drop of blood. That's so nice thing to drink tea. He somehow had that fascination. And there was another Swami who disliked tea at all. Swami Advaitananda, his brother disciple. He was very senior in age. Senior than Swami Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Advaitananda. He was also in the monastery, looked after garden, and he used to ask people to work, and he said, don't drink tea. If you drink tea, then you will have dysentery. And Subodhananda used to say, always drink tea. If you drink tea, each drop will make one drop of blood. Like that was the fight going on with two brother monks. Subodhananda ji was once he was sick when he was growing old. And the doctor came to see sick Swami Shivananda. He was also sick in his room. So after seeing Shivananda ji, doctor was going back to Calcutta. Shivananda ji said, can you, doctor, go to another room? Their baby is sleeping. And can you check him? He has been sick for a few days. Doctor comes and sees in the room and searches for a baby. Khoka? Says nothing. Goes back to Swamiji. Swami, where is the khoka? There isn't a baby there. Didn't you see that one person sleeping on the bed? Oh, that grown-up man, he's grown-up. Yeah, that is our khoka, that is the baby, we call him baby. So that was Swami Shubodhananda. Whenever people asked him, later on he was not giving initiation, then Holy Mother said, you should give initiation. Sri Ramakrishna children should give initiation. If they are gone, how will the people get that? And Swami Brahmananda also inspired him to give initiation. And he went to Bangladesh in East Bengal, not that Bangladesh was there, East Bengal, which is now Bangladesh, and he initiated many people. It was from 1915 he started initiating. Once when Swami had gone to, in 1911 he had gone, how much is respect for Swami Vivekananda, see, had gone to Varanasi, and Swami Raghavananda was there in Varanasi, our oldest monk. He asked, Swamiji, you have seen Trailokya Swami, and he was very Trailanga Swami. He's a great saint, and people called him a living Shiva. And you know Swami Vivekananda, who is the greatest man among these two? Very difficult question. Then Swami Shubodhananda answers, Trailanga Swami is the greatest man. And Swami Vivekananda? Oh, Swami Vivekananda is Shiva himself. That's the answer. And when he was initiating people in Bangladesh, he gave initiation to many people. And because Mahapurush Maharaj also said, go and initiate them. And then when he came back, did you give initiation? He said, yes, Swami. How many you initiated? Whoever asked initiation, I gave. Because you told me, whoever came to me, give me, I gave them mantra. What I know, and people, once devotee asked, Maharaj, to the Guru, no, given, Maharaj, people initiate sometimes and they do prayer for 3 times, they do Gayatri for 3 times. What should I need? I do that, what does it mean? Then Khoka Maharaj said, Mother, I don't know all these things. You see, I am a Khoka. He used to say to his disciples, I am a baby, I am a child. I have given you what I have received from the Master, what I know from my own experience, and what has kept me in a blissful state. Please control your mind and practice japam and meditation. So that was the Khokha Maharaj. Always he felt himself to be a simple person, not very knowing, not a sage, but he was a sage by nature. The beautiful story, how he related, you see, how Sri Ramakrishna himself took and how he guided to meditate in a gradual way. Meditate on person or divine person or holy person whom you have seen. By that way you can figure out, the impression will be better in your mind. And after that, gradually you can go to Sri Ramakrishna. You never saw Sri Ramakrishna. It would be nice if you meditate on Swami Kripamayananda or Holy Mother whom you have seen. And then gradually you will go to Sri Ramakrishna. And he gives from his own life wonderful story how Sri Ramakrishna came in the form of Khokha Maharaj. What he wanted to say that when you meditate on Holy Mother, when you meditate on Swami Vivekananda, they are not different from Sri Ramakrishna. If you have deep meditation on Swami Vivekananda, it is as good as having meditation on Sri Ramakrishna. When you have meditation on Sri Ramakrishna, it is as good as having meditation on Supreme Brahman. No difference between Swami Vivekananda, Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna, Parabrahma. It's all one being in different forms. And tread the easy path. And there was the Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. And the Guru, God, comes in the form of Guru. Because, and he gives so nice explanation in his vision here, the Draudi and heavenly vision, that Sri Ramakrishna says to Kusum, if I came in my form, you will not come to me. Because you have seen Khokha in living person, and you love him so much, so you will not come. That's why I took the form of your Guru to take that. That's why they say, it is the God who takes the form of Guru to give us mantra. The part of the giving of mantra is done by God himself in that form. That's we're saying. Khokha Maharaj did a lot of relief work. Plague relief he did. There was Chilka relief. He all participated very well in that. He put his whole soul. In fact, he was good in collecting money. Once in Alambadar Mutt, there was a lot of poverty. No money was there. So Swami Saradananda, he said to Khokha Maharaj, let's go to Girish Ghosh. Ask some money, he might have some. Both of them go to Girish Ghosh, and Khokha Maharaj asked, Girish Babu, please give us some money. We have nothing to eat. In Alambadar, we are very poor. Then Girish Ghosh said, where have I money? Then Khokha Maharaj said, if you don't give like that, Sharad Maharaj will well paid. He says, Sharad Maharaj will hold you tight, and I will break open your cash box and take away all the money. Then Girish Ghosh says, okay, you are so powerful, so strong. Can you bend this finger? And he puts his finger. And Khokha Maharaj wanted to catch this and bend the finger. He could not do. Girish Ghosh was so strong. So very strong, he couldn't bend a finger. He wanted to say, you want to rob me? That much strength you have. You have come to Girish Ghosh, Bhairav himself. So a part of Shiva. So how can do? Then he said, I am a wild horse. Only a best jockey can tame me. So you have done. Khokha knows how to deal with me. Avinash, he said to the assistant, whatever is there in the box, give all money to the monks. He was very loving. Girish Ghosh was very loving to the monks. And gradually, Subodhananda developed diabetes. He had also suffered diarrhea towards the end, became weak in Belur Mutt. And just before, the night before, he had the last prayer. He said, my last prayer to Thakur is that blessing of the Master be always on the Sangha. So that was his prayer. He didn't pray for himself. Lord, when I die, you should come. Why didn't he pray? He knew that Sri Ramakrishna is there. He will come. He was very assured. Nothing was there that he had a doubt that there will be no Sri Ramakrishna coming when he gives up his body. He prayed that his blessing of Sri Ramakrishna should be on the Sangha. Can you imagine how much love for the Sangha he had? For monks, brahmacharis, the devotees of the Sangha. As we hear in the life of Swami Kripamayananda, when he was just at the end, he calls one brahmachari and says, will you listen to my request? He said, what Swami, whatever you order, we'll carry that. He said, can you take care of the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna from here? That was his last wish. All these monks had so much of love for the Sangha, for the devotees, for the monks. It's something what that flows from Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Holy Mother, that you find. And you find in many monks of the order. If you talk with Swamis like Swami Sridharananda, Swami Brahmathananda, whomever, Swami Lokeshwarananda, whomever you have made, Swami Prabhupada, they have so much of love. I went to Swami Prabhupada and said, how are the people there? How are your devotees there? How are the devotees at Toronto Center? He was all asking about the people and all cared. Love of our whole Sangha is on all of us. We are so fortunate that we are so much loved by every monk of our order. Some are very manifested, some are very silent prayer. But we are not alone in the Sangha, that's true. We all devotees and monks are blessed by the love of the Sangha and prayer of Thakur Swamiji. And 1 hour before his death, he was very weak, and Swami Shuddhananda comes, Swami Vivekananda disciple Shuddhananda comes and asks, Maharaj, do you remember Thakur Ma and Swamiji? Because at the time of death people may forget. And he says in a feeble voice, yes, Sudhir, I intently remember Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda. He said that. And after that, quietly, in 1 hour, just before he passed away, he looked very benign and with bright eyes he opened, rolled his eyes from left to right as if he's searching something, seeing something. They must have visited that time, and then closes his eyes and merges into the eternity. It was on Friday, December 2, 1932. So that is the wonderful, inspiring life, simple yet sagacious, of Swami Subodhananda. Each direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna were so great from their very boyhood. Swami Turiyananda, all doing Japam, living Vedanta, even before they met Swami Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Subodhananda, so was meditating at home and had inclination for renunciation. Swami Abhedananda, all they are so great. Swami Brahmananda, he had a child, he had a baby. How he gave up the world like Buddha did. So all they were great. They say that each one of Swami Vivekananda's brother disciple were so powerful that each of them could found and establish a Ramakrishna mission. They were so powerful personalities, all blessed by Sri Ramakrishna. And all the power of 16, these great powers of Sri Ramakrishna, comes together, stays at a place, and forms this our order. Sri Ramakrishna order is very powerful, strong, blessed, and has a great responsibility to disseminate that power of blessings to all. Every one of us have a responsibility. As a monk I have, as a devotee you have, to just give that peace and joy and blessing and happiness to all those who come